Hello, I am Tato Cat and welcome to my channel. Today we are playing Sentimental Trickster Soichiro's route. Previously, after the whole fail at cooking thing, Reiko decided that she wasn't getting enough attention after Haru burned his hand and Soichiro gave him so much attention, and then we went to Soichiro's room and she found a orc skull on his desk and saw how much Soichiro cared about this thing that Haru bought for him, and made everyone play truth or dare, and then it got really awkward because she made Haru kiss somebody and I had to choose between either her or Soichiro, and I chose Soichiro, and now she's supposed to be apologizing but she's failing at it. And that's pretty much where we left off. Okay, let's continue. My mind is blank. I can only sit there and stare at her stupidly. And she just keeps laughing. Suddenly, all the frustration and rage slams against my chest, wanting to get out. I stand up and I take a step towards her, my fist clenched. Oh, scary. What are you going to do? Beat me up? I wonder how Soichiro would feel about it. Why? Why are you doing this? What have I ever done to you? Do you think I'm blind? I'm a fucking psychology major. Do you think that after all this time, I wouldn't notice? You're in love with him. I bow my head. I pretty much gave myself away. There's no point in pretending anymore. Even if I like him in that way, it doesn't matter. He's with you. It's not like I can compete with you. It hurts to force the words out. Now that I've finally admitted it, I expect her to smile triumphantly. But she just narrows her eyes, watching me. Then, for the first time, she looks away. I don't get it. Unless... Wait. Are you jealous of me? She is. Her eyes snap back at me, and for a second, her confidence evaporates, replaced with pure, hot white rage. Then, it's gone, and she smiles, her usual playful smile, but there's something cold and vicious in her gaze. I almost take a step back. I enjoyed our time today. I think I'll visit more often. Maybe I'll even move in. What? Yes, I think I will. I'm sure Soichiro won't mind, and after all, we've been together for quite some time now. It'll be good for him. He must have felt so alone ever since his wife committed suicide. Poor thing. I blink. What did she say? Oh, so you didn't know? I have to go now. See you at the university. Remember to do your homework. The door slams shut behind her. I stand there, staring at it. I looked down and noticed how much my hands are shaking. I clenched them again. For the first time in my life, I have an urge to hurt a woman. Not because she knew something about Soichiro that I didn't, but because she told me. I knew there was something, but I didn't want to find out this way. I wanted Soichiro to trust me enough to tell me himself. Which is why she told us. So now I know whose diary I was reading. Okay, so I was right, and it is his wife. And it's just like, if this diary has nothing to do with him, and like we've just been reading it and it's like useless info, I'm gonna be so irritated. I wish I didn't. Someone knocks again. For a moment I feel like hanging a big keep out sign on my door. Unfortunately, I'm not an angst-ridden teenager, even if I don't look the part. I still have to act like an adult. Come in. Hi, Haru. Hi. How's your hands? Does it hurt a lot? Nah, I have some blisters, but it's nothing really. I see. That's good. I'm so sorry about Reiko. What are you talking about? She's delightful. I know she can be difficult sometimes. She had no right to ask you all those questions in that game. I'm sorry. I should have stopped her sooner. Did she apologize? I mean, let's see. She came in and laughed at us and telling us we're too weak for the world. And then she was basically like, oh, you found out I'm jealous. I'm just going to move in and torture you. But yeah, if that means apology, then yes, she apologized the hell out of us. Just all of the apologies thrown at our face. We couldn't take all of the apology. That's why we're so happy and upset. Yeah. Of course she did. His wife committed suicide. When? Why? How? I shake my head, trying to force the thoughts out. Yeah, more or less. More like less. Look, she's your girlfriend. She wants to see you more often. I get it. But when she visits again, count me out. I see. Of course, I can't blame you after all. That would never... I would never force you to spend time with us. Besides, even if Reiko was different, why would you want to hang out with your teachers? You probably have so many friends your own age already. There we go. I like hanging out with you, Soichiro. Yeah, I guess you're right. That sounds like an awful thing to say. Yeah, I guess you're right. You're right. I'd rather hang out with other people than you is not how you go on a romantic route with somebody. I like hanging out with you, Soichiro. Also, I do like hanging out with Soichiro. He's adorkable. He's putting himself down again. I thought he'd stop doing that, at least when he was with me. I take a deep breath and look at him in the eye. No, I don't. And I like spending time with you alone. But me and Reiko, we just don't get along. It happens. There's nothing you can do about it. It's not your fault. I emphasize the last sentence, and he gives me a small smile. Then he shakes his head. I wish relationships were easier. You and me both. Is there, anything else? No, nothing. I guess I'll go and, prepare for tomorrow's classes. Tomorrow's Sunday. Oh, wait a sec. In university, you can have classes on the weekend. There are people who have classes on Saturday and Sunday in, like, college and university sort of things. Like, you know, it's not always Monday through Friday, whatever. Okay. Or maybe it's just Soichiro's class that doesn't do stuff on Sunday. Oh, right. Then I'll read something. Good night, Haru. Good night. I go back to bed and try to fall asleep. Soichiro's wife seems so happy when they got married. They clearly had some problems, but they were trying to deal with them. Is Soichiro impotent? Maybe things didn't work out. Maybe she got fed up with everything. But does a situation like that have to end with a suicide? Couldn't she have just left? Why did she kill herself? Maybe she loved him too much to leave. I look at the cabinet. The diary is still there. It probably has the answers to all of my questions. I mentally slap myself. No, I won't read it again. I want to hear everything from Soichiro when he's ready. No matter what happens, I have to give the diary back tomorrow. It's too important for me to keep. I'm so proud. I thought he was just going to read the diary again. I get up, get dressed, and open the cabinet. I take the diary out. Don't think about it, just do it. Soichiro is not in the kitchen. Weird. He is usually here in the mornings. I step in front of his room and freeze. I've decided today is the day I return the diary. But how exactly will I do that? What will I say? Hi, here's your dead wife's diary. Sorry I kept it for a couple of weeks. What if he asks me if I've read it? I'll have to tell him the truth. And I will. I reach for the door handle, but before I can grab it, the door opens. Oh, Haru, hello. I was just about to go to your room and see if you're awake. Is everything alright? Soichiro's smile disappears. He frowns, studying my face, then his eyes move to my hands. I'm holding the diary right in front of me. Oh no. No, no, no. This isn't, I mean, I didn't, let me explain. Explain what? I stare at him. He's never seen it. Maybe he doesn't even know it exists. Nothing. Never mind. I had a weird dream. Must still be half asleep. I see. There's something I want to show you. I mean, I thought you'd like to maybe... Please come on in. I tuck the diary inside my back pocket and enter. As soon as I see Soichiro's room, I stop and stare. There are board games all over the floor, stacked up in neat small piles. Okay, I think I'm having deja vu. Remember when you went overboard with groceries? Yes, this time I might have also, but I didn't know what you'd like, so I thought I'd get everything. You bought all these for me? Yes, I mean, I bought them for us to play. Also would be my face. Yesterday we couldn't cook together. I mean, we did cook, but I guess it wasn't the same. No, it wasn't. And the beef bourguignon, we were planning to make it much later, but things didn't work out, and please don't remind me. I am still not over it. It was like our holy grail. We were supposed to make it when we actually could make it, and instead, I'm sorry. Yeah, you should be is not the right answer. Don't be. It was clearly Reiko's fault. It's not your fault. Saying it's Reiko's fault doesn't sound like the right answer either. Saying, oh no, it's not your fault. It's your girlfriend's fault that you've been with, that wants to move in and you care about. Yeah, no, let's not say that. It's not your fault, bro. Hey, cheer up. We can still make it. We will make it, and it will be great. You'll see. Soichiro laughs. He looks at me the way he always does. Like I'm someone important. Someone he truly cares for. How can you be so kind, Haru? I'm not. This is normal. No. Most people I meet are not like you. I mean, it's not like they're rude or unkind, but I guess it's hard to go that extra mile for someone. Most of the time, we don't even notice when someone needs help. We're too focused on ourselves. I guess maybe I'm better at noticing things? Oh, definitely. But it's not just that. It's about wanting to help. No matter what. You didn't want to play Truth or Dare yesterday, but you noticed how troubled I was when that I couldn't vote, and you agreed to play. And you helped me out during class. I could see how difficult it was for you to speak in front of everyone. It was your first day, and you didn't really know me, but you still helped. Well, you looked like you needed it, and don't forget, you were nice to me before. You cooked for me. So, you might say I was bribed with food. But with food that wasn't good. Well, considering the quality of food, it wasn't much of a bribe. When I imagine how a hero must look, I think of you. I said it before, but let me say it again. There are people who set buildings on fire, but there are others who jump in to save everyone. He'd be among the ones jumping in. I'm no hero. If I was, I would have stayed in my town, despite everything. I shake my head, but Soichiro's expression doesn't change. He simply smiles at me, the corners of his eyes twinkling. I want to tell him what happened. Even the worst part, the one that's probably replaying in all those nightmares, the ones I'm trying hard to forget. Haru, what's wrong? Oh, is it something I said? I'm sorry. No, it's nothing. I'm fine. Thank you for believing in me so much. It makes me so happy. You've got no idea. Oh, I'm glad. Although it was a bit embarrassing to say. I can imagine. So, coming back to those board games, I still can't believe you bought so many. Well, yesterday you wanted to play, but we couldn't, so I thought we'd open a board game cafe? That actually sounds really fun. I would totally go to a board game cafe. Oh, crap. Did I just skip over something? We'd open a board game cafe. Something like that. I thought you'd never ask. Seriously, though. Thank you. What do you want to play? Do you have any favorites? You choose. Honestly, I'll be happy to play any of those. I bought them because I've already played them before, or they had good reviews and I thought you might like them. Okay, let's see. I walk from pile to pile, inspecting the games. The majority are fantasy or sci-fi, our favorite kind. I see the good old classics and also much newer titles. The size of the boxes vary, but the quality is amazing. They must have cost a lot. Oh, I recognize this one. I used to play the hell out of it when I was a kid. I love this one, but I remember it has a bit of... It was a bit imbalanced. Hey, that's what makes it so much fun. Nothing like watching your best friend die and rage quit because of pure dumb luck. I guess it's true. Can we play? I think I still remember the rules. Of course. We sit on the floor facing each other. I tear away the shrink wrap and open the box. Then I put the big colorful board between us. Too bad there's no orc destroyer in this one. You're never going to forget about that, are you? Not for as long as I live. Now, for the character class. Choose or draw. I think it was more interesting when we drew them. Yeah, because then you never know what you're going to get. Agreed. I'll go first. I grin and pick a card. As soon as I flip it over, my grin freezes in place. I groan and slap my forehead. You've got to be kidding me. A freaking fairy? Come on! What am I going to do? Dust everyone to death? Fairies are good too. Also a bit on the nose. They, what was it they could do? They have, no, sometimes they can, the only useful thing they can do is fly, and it only gives you more location choices when it's sunny. There are like 2 sunny weather cards in that humongous pile. I guess I could always slap someone with my wings, but they'll probably break. Couldn't they also do magic? Everyone can do magic in this game. Even goblin thieves. Oh, right. Never mind. Your turn. I watch Soichiro as Soichiro draws a card. So what is it? Soichiro, show me the card. Here it is. He turns it to me, avoiding my eyes. And there on the card is the biggest, meanest troll I've ever seen. Great. I should just go and impale myself on a toothpick. And it's a troll warrior with 2 swords. How cool is that? I bet he eats fairies for breakfast. I promise I won't eat you. Gonna hold you to that. Now, what should I call my awesome character? Please enter name below. I get to choose the name of the fairy. Do I have to enter name? Okay. Is there like a default name? Okay. I didn't feel like coming up with the name. Titania? That'll do. Maybe I should have come up with a name. Can I redo that? I don't want to say Titania all the time. Well, I'm going to name my fairy. I'll just be Thor. No. I'm going to be Tink. Like Tinkerbell. It's a lot easier to say Tink. That'll do. We'll see how Tink in the this is funner to say. Tink and the troll fighter person do in the next episode. I am Tato Cat. Have a wonderful morning, evening.